What is up, bodyweight exercise fans? In today's video of Homemade Muscle, we're going to talk about inner elbow pain in this area of your elbow, what causes it, how bodyweight exercises can make it worse, and what are your alternatives. So inner elbow pain, also called golfer's elbow or medial epicondylitis, is basically caused because these muscles over here, your wrist flexors, are generally a very overused muscle, especially nowadays. It's used when you're on your computer writing, when you're using your smartphone, and in a lot of other daily activities. And what happens is when you are overstimulating this already overused muscle group with bodyweight exercises, it's very common for this area to become irritated, specifically the tendon that ends up in your elbow gets irritated, and you can also get micro tears, which eventually can cause a lot more serious injury, chronic inflammation, and a lot of other problems like that. The most usual bodyweight exercises that tend to aggravate this problem and make it worse are number 1, muscle ups, number 2, front levers, number 3, any kind of one-arm hanging exercises that require a lot of grip strength, and generally using bars that are either too slippery or too thick and make it really difficult to hold on. And I don't mean that you should completely stop doing bodyweight exercises if you're experiencing a little mild pain in your elbow, but you should at least change the exercise you're doing and use some alternatives. For example, when you're doing muscle ups, what basically aggravates this problem in muscle ups is that the fact that you're using a false grip, right? So when you're doing a muscle up, especially in the beginning, it's unavoidable that you will use a false grip, because this makes the transition of the exercise, from the pulling to the pushing of the exercise a lot more easier. But because you are constantly using a flexed position of your elbow, this generally aggravates the area where we said, that where the tendon inserts itself here in the little bony part of your elbow, the epicondyle. And if you're constantly using this grip, you're constantly flexing this muscle group, and this is why muscle ups are generally not a good idea when you're experiencing elbow pain. An alternative that I recommend always is just switching to normal strict pull-ups, using a very neutral grip, straight grip, never bend your grip at all, and also use accessories that make the exercise a lot more easier in your hands. For example, you can use gloves, which is what I do, which make the grip a lot more easier. About front levers, I would generally completely avoid this exercise until the pain goes away, because again, in a front lever, you are putting a lot of tension over here to keep your body in a straight horizontal line. So leave front levers outside of the game for a little while. Avoid also one-arm hanging exercises. Again, focus on doing strict pull-ups. And once the problem starts to go away, once you feel that your elbow is completely healed, you can gradually start introducing these exercises back again. That was all. In the next video, I'm going to give you some further tricks and tips on how to avoid this problem, and I'm also going to give you some exercises to make the recovery process a little bit more smooth. Tag a friend below if you have people that suffer from this problem and might be helped from this video. Like the video, and until next time, keep on training.